In the cradle of Africa, where the horizon kissed the savannah, lay Econ, a village as old as time. The winds of Econ were legendary, believed to carry the essence of the village, its joys, its pains, its secrets. Nia, born to the humble yet respected lineage of wind whisperers, had inherited this mystical ability. Her days were spent interpreting the subtle languages of the breeze, aiding villagers in understanding omens and messages carried by the winds. But Nia's gift was more than just interpreting whispers. She felt the emotions of Econ in her very soul. It was during a night cloaked in the embrace of a new moon that Nia's world turned on its axis. As she sat beneath the ancient baobab, a favorite spot for contemplation, the winds brought her a whisper that chilled her to the bone. It spoke of a betrayal, a wound that would soon be inflicted upon the heart of Econ by its own leader. Chief Kwame was as much a part of Econ as the baobab under which Nia sat. He was a leader who had guided them through seasons of both bounty and scarcity. His voice was the sound of wisdom, his decisions the seeds of Econ's prosperity. But the winds did not lie. They spoke of his secret meetings with outsiders, his plans to sell a sacred part of their forest, the lungs of their village, to foreign developers. Nia wrestled with disbelief and dismay. She knew the consequences of such an act. It was not just about losing trees, but severing their connection with ancestral spirits, uprooting their heritage. The forest was their sanctuary, their legacy. How could Kwame, her mentor and leader, betray them all? Tormented by the revelation, Nia sought the counsel of her grandmother, Ayo. Ayo lived in a hut adorned with symbols of their ancestors, her wisdom as deep as the roots of Econ itself. "Grandmother," Nia began, her voice trembling like leaves in a storm, "the winds have brought me a truth heavy with sorrow." And she poured out her heart, the secrets of the winds becoming words of fear and confusion. Ayo listened, her eyes reflecting the glow of the fire between them. "Nia, my child," she finally spoke, "truth is a double-edged sword. It protects but can also wound. You must tread carefully, for the future of Econ now rests in your hands." Nia's dilemma was profound. Revealing the truth could shatter the peace of Econ, yet silence could lead to its destruction. She wrestled with her conscience, torn between her loyalty to Kwame and her duty to her village. Nia's decision came with the dawn. She approached Chief Kwame, her heart heavy, but her resolve firm. The confrontation was a storm of emotions, surprise, denial, and eventually a reluctant confession. Kwame spoke of threats to his family, of debts and desperation. The revelation was a crossroads for Nia. She saw the man she respected so deeply, broken and vulnerable. Yet she knew that the path of deceit would lead to Econ's ruin. With a voice that carried the weight of her responsibility, she implored Kwame to trust in their people, to face this crisis with the courage Econ was known for. Kwame, seeing the conviction in Nia's eyes, agreed to a village gathering. It was a momentous decision, a step into the unknown, but one that offered a sliver of hope. Word of the meeting spread like wildfire, carried by the very winds that had unveiled the secret. The villagers gathered, a sea of faces etched with concern and curiosity. Nia stood beside Kwame as he spoke, his voice echoing with the weight of his confession. The reaction was immediate, a cacophony of disbelief, anger, and fear. Accusations flew like arrows, piercing the air with tension. It was Nia who rose to speak, her voice a calming force against the tempest of emotions. She spoke of unity, of Econ's strength, and the spirit of their ancestors that dwelled in every leaf and branch of their sacred forest. Her words weaved through the crowd, a tapestry of hope and resilience. In the days that followed, Econ witnessed a rebirth of spirit. Ideas blossomed like flowers after the first rain. Sustainable projects were initiated, alliances with neighboring villages were forged, and appeals were made to conservation groups far beyond their borders. Kwame, his spirit rekindled by the unity of his people, led the charge. He worked tirelessly, his actions slowly mending the trust that had frayed. Nia, with her gift, remained a beacon of hope, her bond with the winds a constant reminder of the need for truth and integrity. As months turned to seasons, the winds of Econ sang new songs. They were tales of a village that stood at the edge of despair, but found its way back through the power of unity and truth. They whispered of a young woman whose courage changed the course of their destiny, and of a leader who found redemption in the embrace of his people. Thank you for following this intriguing story. If you enjoyed this story, please feel free to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you won't miss out on more interesting stories like this one.